Hello and welcome. This is a collective reading. I'm starting with Earthbound Tarot, and it is created with naturally derived pigments and paints and things like that. So I just think it's really beautiful. I heard about it from another reader. It's from Off Grid Studio. I have not used it in a reading before. So let's just see what comes out. I am not paid to tell you that. This is not, it's not a sponsored reading at all. It is just, I like sharing what I'm using because I think it's right and fair to the people who created the decks. Okay, so we have, yep. Let's get one more card and just see. We have the Two of Swords, the Magician, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Coins. And the Two of Swords is clarified by the Four of Cups. That looks like there's a fire in the distance. And I live on the West Coast in the United States, and my state is having a lot of fires mostly on the eastern part of the state, but it's really scary and upsetting. So even though it's not like the smoke is over here, but the danger is always sort of present, but it's not really here. So there's something there about he has this overflowing cup of water right there, which you wouldn't think is enough to put out an entire fire in the distance, but that's the message. There's something here about, like, she's blindfolded and has her heart crossed, and it's almost like she's in the distance, sort of, the way this is arranged, and he has a solution, but there's some reason he's not willing to use it. He has these 3 cups of just sand. And this card is interpreted a lot of ways. Some people have really big opinions about the correct way to interpret a tarot card. I don't believe there is one, personally. I know there are traditional ways, but I've read the Rider-Waite deck, and there's a lot in there that is not as full of a picture as I think he could have had. Like, I feel like the people who have written books since then are a little more on point about what the cards mean spiritually. And I read them intuitively, so it varies, right? It changes from time to time. So I'm just seeing it's like, it's almost reminding me of the Odyssey. I just saw the Odyssey, but I read it. And of course, the movie versions of the Odyssey are not going to be the same as what Homer wrote down, right? And before that, it was oral tradition for who knows how long. We don't know. And I'm kind of seeing like a goddess, right? So there's like a goddess here, and she does not appear to be helping with the situation. And that came through in the Odyssey sometimes. Like, sometimes Athena would help, often, almost always. The whole book is really about Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And she often was the driving force. But every once in a while, Odysseus had to do something. He had to take a step. And there was this one point in the book where Telemachus, the son of Odysseus, and Odysseus are getting ready to fight. They're fighting like maybe some people on the periphery before they go in to fight all the suitors. And Athena's there to fight with them, and then she looks around and they're not fighting. And so she's like, well, I'm not doing it all. And she leaves. And that's the energy I'm getting. It's like he has something that can make some sort of a difference. He's not trusting that when he gets there, he'll find new solutions. He's not taking the one step that he knows he can take. And so the divine being up here is like, fine. I'm not helping either. Like, that's a message for you. Spirit's asking you to take a step, and they can't take their step until you take yours. It's a co-creation. The spiritual life is a co-creation, and you have to take steps too. And I'm going to watch this later, and I'm going to feel like I'm kind of yelling at myself, which is fine. But this is me taking a step, right? Posting this video is a big step. Every video I post is a big step for me because I love just being alone in my house by myself or just hanging out with my friends one-on-one or whatever. Like, I'm not really the type of person to want a ton of attention, but this is my path. Spirit said, well, this is your step. So if you're not doing your step, we can't do ours. But it's not just me. There's someone else. Like, if you're seeing this reading, there's a step Spirit's wanting you to take that you're refusing to take. And I don't know why, but I understand why. I get it. And every time I have taken the step, I'm not saying there was no challenge, there was no chaos or whatever. There is. It is a tower moment for everyone when you take a step following your spiritual guidance. But they always promise me it'll go well, and it always does. Not well as imperfectly, but well as in it's way better now than if I had never taken those steps. That's the message. And then we have this Magician and the 6 of Coins, and that is what is coming if you take the step. You embracing, activating all of your divine powers. That's what they are. They're yours. They're from Spirit, but they're yours. It's you knowing how to wield what is natural to you. It's always been yours. And you're in a place right now where there's some little gift that Spirit has given you that is just enough for you to take a step to start walking toward that fire you're supposed to be taking care of, whatever it is. And I'm not saying you're putting out the fire. Maybe you're creating a bigger fire. I have no idea. Please don't do that in real life. But Spirit's giving you, maybe that's just your little cup of water that is enough water to get over there. And then you'll find some solution to putting out that huge fire that's burning in the distance, that's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you from embrace. Yes, as you walk, you will pick up ideas and sticks. You're just like holding a wand. And you'll pick up a stick and you'll be like, wow, I can do magic with this stick. And then you'll just like go like that and the fire's out or whatever you're supposed to be doing. And then you'll just be in this world where you're understanding that Spirit wants to be generous with you always. So then anytime you're in this situation again, you'll know that if you take your steps, you'll get here to this generosity from Spirit. And this feels like another goddess bestowing pentacles or wealth upon that person walking by. This is a really straightforward message. Most of my messages are about taking one step. I certainly would not walk towards a bunch of smoke in the sky, so I understand. I get it. I understand why this person is not doing that. And if Spirit tells you to do it, make sure it's really Spirit. It will be Spirit if it feels like love to you. Straightforwardly. Like, you'll know why you cannot, like, he's going to be thirsty here in just a little bit of time. He's going to run out of water. And yeah, he could go in the other direction, but something in him knows he'll be better protected if he goes straight towards where Spirit is calling him to go. Better protected. There's an oasis over there, and he'll help other people. And he'll find out about his magic, and he'll have a bunch of wealth, and he didn't even know where it came from. Like, there's so many good things when you follow your intuition, when you follow where Spirit wants you to go, even if it's scary, even if you'll lose clout. Clout is so worthless. It just evaporates in an instant. It really doesn't matter to have clout among other human beings. Like, they change their minds all the time. And you know that. They can just decide, oh, you're out at any point. And if Spirit hasn't taught you that, well, stay sitting there and not going towards your destiny, and they'll show you. It will feel a lot better if you make the choice. If you take the steps forward. Oh, heaven. Athena's calling you to Mount Olympus, to your destiny, to your immortality in some way. And soft. That's how to do it. That's how to go forward, is with openness and a soft heart and trust. Yeah. How can you soften your guard with your divine wisdom, with your divine leadership, with the goddesses who are guiding you? How can you soften your heart towards Spirit, toward your higher self, and learn to just flow? And it takes time. It takes a lot of practice. But if you are just going to sit there and not do it, you're not practicing. So you'll just get harder and harder of a heart, and then it's hard to start moving. It's difficult to take the step. This appears to be kind of a magic bowl that keeps overflowing with water. And Spirit has that there for you to encourage. Like, that in itself is a miracle. So how can you see the miracle you already have? Acknowledge that Spirit provided that miracle for you and take the step you're being told to take. I was going to say it hurts you more than it hurts them if you stay put, but actually it affects everybody. It affects the whole collective when we're not saying yes to our guidance, to our destiny. I saw 12:12 and 12:13. I keep seeing those on my readings. There's a pink diamond. I pulled some charms. I pulled this in the Aries reading I just recorded. It's a red heart in a speech bubble, or like a texting bubble. There's a cloud. It landed on the heaven card. There are wedding bells or Christmas bells. And then we also have Virgo. And so maybe you're Virgo, maybe it's saying watch the Virgo reading. I don't know when I haven't recorded it. I don't know when I'll post it. And then we have this skull and crossbones, which actually I'm getting pirate more than death. So, this guy, this magician looks like a pirate. He looks like Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe they're telling me to go watch those movies, because I haven't, because I don't really like zombies. So I haven't watched them. But I just watched E.T., and that was really good. So maybe it's telling me there's something in Pirates of the Caribbean that I need to go watch. Or that you need to go watch. And that's the thing. That's one of the things about the path, is it's not like, boot camp in the way of like you don't get breaks and you get dehydrated and you don't have what you need and everyone's yelling in your face. That's not it. When you soften into your path, you might face some things that feel like that at first or occasionally as you go forward, but then you start seeing that as you get closer and closer to addressing the task at hand, like once he gets through the terrain between here and whatever's over there, and there might be like snakes or scorpions along the way, like he'll be okay. There'll be animals there. Spirit, like once you start walking, they'll be right by your side, fighting alongside you. Mm-hmm. But that the spiritual path is not asceticism forever. Like there might be moments where you're asked to give something up, but they're not. A lot of spiritual paths look like you cannot live a normal life. And to some degree, that's a little bit true. Your life won't be normal. It won't be typical. You won't be consumed by fear and worry and trying to keep up with the Joneses and, climb the corporate ladder. That won't be your life anymore unless that's what Spirit tells you to do. It's 101, my time. It's better. It's way better than normal. It's like this. It's like you're just being given what you need all the time without worrying at all. And you start seeing that the more you worry, like the worry is just always unnecessary, basically, is what you start to notice. And when you can keep your eye on the step in front of you, you always have what you need. And you get to take a lot of naps, and you get to rest a lot, and you get to quit your difficult job eventually. You do. That's part of the path. You get to leave the abusive relationship. That's part of the path. You get to. It's wonderful. And then you start seeing that the people truly supporting you really love you, but they're often kind of invisible. But they really love you, and you can feel it. You know that your foot will never, you won't turn your ankle even as you're walking your path. But it requires having your vision. It requires following Spirit. It requires taking a step forward. And your vision is given to you by Spirit. And it won't be what your old vision was for your life when your parents gave you your vision or when your spouse gave you your vision or whatever. It'll be your own. It'll be even more beautiful than you could have imagined. And then you'll start seeing yourself getting closer and closer to this heaven you've created in your heart and in your mind, but really that Spirit has created for you. I feel like I'm just rambling. Spirit. Okay, let's get a Starseed oracle card. Maybe you feel like rambling about something. Or maybe you have something to say to someone, but it's just so much and you don't know where to begin. Oh, I'm sorry. That's where to begin. Defenselessness. Yeah, lower your guard. Riding past wrongs, uprooting. That might be your first step. That could be your first step. Because you know you need to make an apology. And you don't have to know the whole conversation where it's going to go. You just need to make the apology. And then Spirit will come in and guide the rest. And, maybe you have a hope of where the conversation's going to go. Just trust that whatever Spirit has in store for you is either that or better. I see a lot of readers who kind of make it seem like whoever they're talking to is perfect and in the right all the time. And I hope you know that I don't think you are. And I don't think I am. And I think the best thing we can do for ourselves and each other is to hold ourselves accountable and to hold each other accountable. Because that's what love does. That's what Spirit does for us. They hold us accountable. They make it harder and harder to just sit there and not do what we want in our hearts to do, which is address whatever is going on over there. Who knows? Maybe it's like a big fireworks show and there's a bunch of friends. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're making up that it's something it's not over there. Anyway, someone needs to make an apology. It very well could be you. If someone comes to make an apology, I really like saying thank you for your apology rather than it was okay, because often it's not okay. What happened might not have been okay, but I'm always grateful for an apology, always. What you don't want to do is be like, well, you should have blah, blah, blah when someone's trying to apologize, right? Like that's not helpful for the situation. So if it's you receiving the apology, I always feel like there's something I can apologize for too. If you really don't think so, at least be grateful for the apology. You might even, if you really desire an apology from someone, you might even sit down and write down how you'd like to respond if they apologize with with like all the love in their heart. How would you respond to that? So you know. Responding with anger or with like, that's not a good enough apology, that's hurtful. And it stops future apologies. So, okay. That is your message. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I love that you are here. Thank you for letting me be imperfect too. And we're all just growing. And it's so much easier to go through life knowing you don't have to be perfect. You get to just grow. So yeah, thanks for being here. I'll see you again next time.